in Parliament has passed the E-Levy regardless a walkout that was staged by the minority in Parliament ahead of the second reading in Parliament today. We'll speak to a few members of Parliament here on the minority side to find out how pleased or otherwise they are with the decision. Majority has passed the E-Levy. After your walkout, the questions on the mind of Ghanaians is that with your vehement support for those who kick against the E-Levy, that you're going to stand with them, why did you leave them at such a crucial time?
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Honorable Joseph Kumah, Kentamponov, an NDC Member of Parliament. We have two ways of undoing a policy, either by vote or you use a technical knockout. So our walkout is an afterthought that we should use it so that they don't get the number to take the decision. After the Supreme Court rule, it has become clear that they need a majority, more than half of the House, to be able to take a decision. And E-Levy decision is a major decision. It's not for business, it's a decision. And so since we walked out, our sister Adjua was not in the chamber. So is the chieftaincy minister not in the chamber. So they are 136 upon the speaker's sitting. They are 136. And if 137 of us, minority, could not reject the national budget for decision's sake, how can 136 take a decision for E-Levy for it to be effective? So Ghanaians must read the lines.
Well, we understand that pending your walkouts, the minority was waiting for the embattled and Asin North Member of Parliament. Can you share with us briefly what his situation was? He on his way? Could you have waited a bit for him?
Whether Asin North or not, the issue was about the number of people present and voting in the House. Just like Asin North on his way and he didn't get there before the time of the decision taking, so was the chieftaincy minister alleged that he was in an ambulance. He wasn't also part of them in the House. And so we are confident that they were not up to the 138 to take that decision.
So what it means is that you could have still stayed in there and influenced perhaps the speaker's decision, but you walked out. Do you feel that you've disappointed Ghanaians?
We have not disappointed Ghanaians. Ghanaians don't want E-Levy. Minority, we said we don't want E-Levy. And so the only way to let the E-Levy not go through is the decision we have taken to walk out.
Well, Honorable, the E-Levy has been passed. I want to ask you, E-Levy Ubetriana.
E-Levy has not been passed as far as the minority is concerned.
Do you feel that the minority has disappointed the public?
Well, I feel disappointed as a citizen. I feel disappointed as a member of Parliament. And I feel that we have let the people of this country down, even though not deliberately. We did what we needed to do. Unfortunately, what we did was not the best. My position as a member of Parliament was that we needed to have sat in and go through, even though we know that we didn't have the numbers, at least one member wasn't there, because the person was actually available, but because of the decision of the Supreme Court, we felt that we didn't need to undermine the Supreme Court and then allow him to come to the chamber. But we do also know that Adjua was not there, and we understood that the Minister for Chieftaincy Affairs was kept in an ambulance. It tells you how wicked these people are. They don't care about someone's health. So my position was that let's sit and vote, even if you voted, and they won't fine. But our leadership and per the legal advice they got was that per the Supreme Court ruling in the case of Justice Abdullah and the Supreme Court, they certainly could not have had the quorum because the Joseph wasn't there. Their number was reduced to 137, even if they brought in the honorable member who was in an ambulance waiting. And per the Supreme Court ruling and in support of Article 104 of the 1992 Constitution, 137 doesn't constitute half of members of Parliament, and therefore any decision they took was illegal. So you realize that after Honorable Harun Edusu closed his argument, he stated that he and the entire MDC caucus in Parliament were walking out. So that for me suffices. So when we were walking out in the process, the Speaker put the question. It doesn't still make it legal. The fact that we're all on our feet walking out, you don't stand in Parliament to take decisions. So let's see what happens in court, because our people our leadership have indicated that we're going to challenge this. But you see, they took the consideration. After we left, they then took decisions and voted on the consideration when they know, or when they knew that they didn't have the number. That was illegal.
Now, on that, the speaker was in charge and he kept on going with it, after the majority leader had indicated that they could go on. Do you feel disappointed in the speaker?
No, it doesn't. I'll be disappointed, to be very honest. It doesn't matter what the speaker says. The speaker is not above the laws of this country. He's not above the standing orders. So I didn't follow. But what I know is that we were out of the chamber. So they had 137. And per the Supreme Court ruling recently, 137 is less half of the members of parliament. And therefore, any decision they took there is illegal. So we see the votes and proceedings tomorrow, and I believe that we'll raise questions. So what they have done today is just an iota of having the E-Levy pass. I am completely devastated. Completely. Because the danger for the economy of this country and the danger for people who are already struggling to find 3 square meals, for me, is just tremendous. So I'll be surprised. What they did in terms of the considerations were absolutely illegal.
So you have heard from some members of parliament of the minority caucus, and they have expressed their displeasure about the passage of the E-Levy. We wait tomorrow to find out about the votes and proceedings as to what numbers exactly were in parliament and if these numbers constituted a quorum. For Adwa TV News, Reginald Adi, Parliament House.